New year, same Tottenham. Welcome to 2025. Well, actually, it's not 2025. It's still 2024. But you're hearing this in 2025, so I'm making a very educated, a very likely assumption that Spurs are still just as shit in the new year as we are ending this year. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Harry Hayden.
Yeah, I'm good.
Say again?
I'm good.
Good. First of all, we'll talk about the merry time of the year. That was Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Yeah, it was good. Just standard Christmas, really. Just family time, and I saw a few friends, like one of my friends, the day before Christmas Eve, to the pub, and that's about it, really. I mean, Boxing Day was ruined by Tottenham. Just throw that in there. By "We Will Make You Proud," and Ange did not make us proud.
We're literally not even a minute in. Is he joking me?
Ange did not make us proud. And yeah. And so, yeah, it's been good Christmas.
Go caroling by any chance?
No, I didn't.
Silent night.
I didn't manage to find anything. No.
Ah, fair enough. I had, for those guys that aren't on social media or don't follow my TikTok, I had the most amazing Christmas ever. Right, I'm going to show you the photo for those guys that are on the watching on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube, then unfortunately you're going to miss out. But my little brother opened his Tottenham ticket for the game, and that was his face. It was the most beautiful, incredible Christmas that I've had since I was probably last 10 years, maybe. It was absolutely amazing. He was so grateful. And the best part about it was when he opened his membership and he found out that I told him that he didn't get tickets and I was just in a stadium tour. He was so grateful for that by itself. I love him to bits. I'm so proud of him. And the best part is on Christmas Eve, he was asking me, did you get tickets? Did you get tickets? Because obviously he didn't know that they were going to be his Christmas present. And I was like, oh, sorry. He was like, I've told everyone at school I'm going to Spurs game in January with you. I can't wait. And I was like, I should have done that, mate. And I was like, I'm glad you're excited, but unfortunately I couldn't get them. I logged on the Monday and there was none available, which is true. I was sitting there crying about it on Twitter. And then obviously the Wednesday I logged back on and managed to get him, but he didn't need to know that at that point. And he looked really upset, bless him, but he was like, okay, it's fine. I said, why did you tell your friends that that I'd got them sorted, even if I hadn't shown you the tickets? And he said, bless him, the cutest thing he's ever said in his entire life. He said, you're my big brother and you always come through for me no matter what. So I had no doubt. And that was so lovely. He's 10, by the way. He's fucking adorable. Pain in the arse, but he's fucking adorable. And he's so lovely. Honestly, had the most amazing Christmas with his dad and granddad, his mum, his auntie and uncle. It was so lovely. The funny thing is, like 3 days before Christmas, he opened his beanbag split and he picked it up, but the wrong way. So he had like beanbag beans all over his bedroom floor, and his mum's still picking them out of his shoes and whatever. Honestly, right? Let me see if I've got the photo. It's so fucking funny, right? Oh my god! And this is like right before Christmas as well. So at this point, she's going, "Well, I'm telling Santa that I'm taking all your presents back." Because this is just stupid. Let me see if I can find a photo. It's so funny. So, do you recognise this room? I was like, yeah. And, it turns out he... let me find it. This is great. You're going to love this. I'll zoom in a little bit. This is what his bedroom floor looked like 3 days before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
It was just covered in fucking beans from a bin bag. It was so funny. His mum was not happy. And the problem was the Hoover wasn't sucking them up properly. It was blowing them everywhere. So he got him in his shoes and his socks and everything else. And his nan and granddad started finding beans on their staircase the other day. And he's like, oh, my God. But it was the most amazing time, honestly. For the first time in a long time, I really, really enjoyed Christmas. So and now I'm counting down the days till his first Spurs game. So, yeah, it's going to be good.
Only 3 weeks.
Disappointing.
Yes.
So,
yeah. It's 3 weeks anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, roughly, yeah. The disappointing thing, though, is my birthday plans. For you guys know that I was originally going to Liverpool, going to the Everton game. That all's gone tits up. So that's not happening now. It's a long story. I'm not going to talk about it too much on the podcast because I'll sit here crying, but it's not happening. So you are going to get an actual birthday podcast on the week of my birthday this time when you weren't originally going to, and you'll get a normal episode in between. So you get a Harry's birthday, my birthday, and a Harry's birthday episode in January. So that's great.
Within 2 weeks.
Season of festivities. I'm going to do what I did on the Christmas thumbnail. I'm going to edit a little party hat on top of our heads. That Christmas thumbnail was brilliant. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we're going to talk about not Spurs today, ironically. And we're going to talk about our plans for the new year and what we want to achieve together on the podcast, collectively, individually, etc., etc. Harry, I'll start with you. Have you got anything in mind that's top of your priority list for the new year, apart from assassinating Daniel Levy and getting away with it? That's item number one. You can't say that because we already know that. So item number two on your list. What's on your list?
I listen to the podcast, so I feel probably all right. But you never know.
Hold on, the FBI are calling me. 2 seconds.
It's arrested. Yeah. But like for me, maybe I guess getting a new job because the job I'm at now doesn't pay very well, and like it's good because it's 0 hours. But I probably need to get like a better job if I'm going to have any aspirations of getting married and having a family in like the next 5 years. Yeah,
it's a valid point. Yeah, it's a valid point. And on the top, I'm kind of glad you started with that actually, because that's one of my main issues as well. I'm kind of at the point where I can't really go any higher where I'm at now. The only step up I can go to requires the person above me to leave / retire / die, and unfortunately, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So for me personally, I think I want to move into a main management position myself, rather than just being the Ryan Mason of the retail world, constantly being never number two and never taking it on higher. I think that's definitely a priority for me. I think I want to get to the point. I get a bonus in March, so I want to get that bonus. And then once I've got that, then I think definitely changing my job this year is something for me. Potentially moving in something where I have the weekends off, so when I've got a bit more money, I can go to Spurs games and I can go see my little brother more often. I think the other thing on my list really for me is at least once every 3 months go and see my little brother. I saw him, when did I see him? I saw him
Christmas
in April or May after my trip to Bologna this year, and I saw, well, technically last year as you're listening to this, but this year was recording it just. And I saw him in August, and I've seen him again at Christmas, and I've seen him again in January. So it's not as bad as what I feel like it is. Like, I guess I feel more guilty because he's only got his mum and his nan, his granddad, his auntie, his uncle, and I know he'd love to be around me more. And when the reaction when he opened the front door on Christmas Eve, because I got up at like 6 a.m. I left Luton at like 6:45. So I was in Southampton before 9 o'clock in the morning, knocked on the door, stepped back, and his mum goes, "Theo, go and answer the door," and she's recording him. And literally, right, he's wearing one sock, his t-shirt's half tucked in, and he jumps off the doorstep into my arms. And it's a good job I had my arms out, otherwise he'd have fucking hit the concrete, bless him. But it was such a lovely reaction, and I guess part of me feels a bit guilty. And, you know, I'd kind of, in an ideal world, I'd love to see him every 2 months, really, every sort of 8 weeks. Obviously, it's hard. He has his own life, his own commitments and stuff. But I definitely think it's my aim in the new year. Part of changing my job, part of the decision of what job I go into is going to be about how much I can see him. More of a priority over Spurs. Obviously, I'd like to be finished a bit earlier in the evenings than what I finish now. And ultimately want to earn more money as well than I earn now, because sometimes it's a bit tighter than I'd like it to be. How the hell you afford to live in London, I really don't know, to be honest.
I'm just lucky.
I dread to think how much you're on versus what you pay. So the other one for me, and I say it every year, and I actually mean it this year, and I say I mean it this year because I've actually got a personal trainer, is I'm going back to the gym as of the Monday, the 6th of January. I'm going to go, when I get in the evenings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to get in, have my dinner, get changed into gym clothes, sit and record the podcast on a Monday, sit and stream on a Tuesday, Wednesday. When they're done and I'm finished streaming sort of 11:30 time, and the podcast sort of whenever we finish it after 11 o'clock, get in the car, go to the gym for an hour or so, come back, get showered, go to bed. And the reason behind doing that is, one, I'm most productive in the evening between sort of 11:30 and 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And number two is I'm not a get up early person. You're never getting me up at 6 a.m. every day to go to the gym for an hour.
When I'm back at like 5-ish, because my gym is literally right next to the station.
Yeah.
No excuse. I bring my gym stuff to work. And I just go to the gym after work.
See, that's the thing for me, finishing at 7:30 every day.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
really
it's hard because then I'm not eating. So I could rather come home, eat,
eat
have my
something.
chill time to stream or have my chill time to record, and then at 11:30, and I'm going with a good friend of mine as well, who's very gym savvy. So he's going to be my personal trainer. He's put a workout plan with me. So I don't want to. I never wanted to be built like a brick wall as I use it, but I just want to slim down my chest a little bit. My biggest aims this year are to focus on the things I'm insecure about most. So one of them is being my weight. One of them is being my patchiness of my beard, which I mentioned to you guys a while ago, that I'm using beard oil now and I'm actually shaping my beard. Right now it doesn't look like it, but that patch there is definitely thicker than it used to be. And the bits on the sides, if you're not watching YouTube, you can't see it, but the bits on the sides are definitely thickening up. And my barber said that last time I went and got a haircut. So I'm getting there slowly. And I've only been doing it for sort of 8 weeks, not even that really, using the derma roller once a week, rubbing oil in it. So I'm getting there with it. And then the other one is my finances, which I'm working towards doing. They're my three most insecure things. So they're the three things that I'm trying to focus on and work on the most myself. And then the other thing, really, like, main one, like I say, clearing some debt off. And my other one is I want to get my arm finished. So for those guys who don't know, bottom of my arm's tattooed. I want to get it done all the way up to my shoulder. I was actually talking about tattoo ideas at work earlier. I want to get the Fast and Furious quote that I quoted at Ramon's funeral on my arm with both cars, but I don't know whether I want to have them both driving into the sunset or want to have like the fork in the road and then
What
one
do you
car
mean with
coming
the
off and and have it like from a sky view, or whether I want like the backs of the cars as it's coming to the fork in the road with one car indicating left and one car not indicating to show that it was going off in a different direction. Like, I don't know how I want to have it yet. And then I want to get a Feathers McGraw tattoo. Can we just talk about, by the way, Christmas Day, return of the legend, the greatest villain of history ever, Feathers McGraw returned for Wallace and Gromit, and it was fucking awesome. Harry, did you watch Wallace and Gromit on Christmas Day?
No, I watched Home Alone 1 and 2.
Oh, you're a disappointment. The nifty, nufty Norbots. I can't remember the song, but listen, they don't take breaks because they have battery packs. Andrew would love them in his pressing. But yeah, Wallace and Gromit was fucking awesome, and I've always wanted a Wallace and Gromit tattoo. So I want to get one of Wallace and Gromit and one of Feathers McGraw. And then basically,
when I was younger, my brother and me have a 5-year gap.
yeah.
So the Wallace and Gromit stuff when I was like my teenage years, I guess I was watching that with him. Yeah, so when he was like, it's a 5-year difference, right? So so that's probably why like I didn't watch it. Now my brother's 20, and comments my brother is getting married this year anyway. Whatever. This year when the pod comes out, in July, and I've got one of my friends. I told you before, he's getting married as well. So I've got a lot of weddings, 2 weddings that I know of already. That I'm going to.
Well, you ain't got to worry about me getting married this year.
I don't have to worry about myself.
But yeah, so my plan basically is, rather than, because what I was trying to do was save for like my whole arm at once, and I think what I'm going to do is print off all the designs I want, like cut them out and like sellotape them to my arms to see where the spaces are, and then literally just go and get one design done every couple of months to finish my arm. That's another thing I really want to do this year, and that is like up there with 100%. One of my mates, he has an art tablet, and I want to get him to do all the designs. I'll print it out, cut it out like they do. If you've ever had a tattoo, Harry? Right, so the way they do a tattoo, they'll come up with your design, print it onto like an art paper, and it comes out with like an ink marking on it, and they push it down on your skin, and then the ink mark leaves the stencil, right? So my plan of action is to get my mate to draw the designs I want, cut them out, print them on normal paper, cut them out, take them to my arm so I can see how it would look with all of them on, and then I can literally go, right, I've taken a photo of it, this is where they're all going to be, so you're doing this one at 50 quid, you're doing this one at 100 quid, and then I can just try and get one done a month, or one done every sort of 8 weeks maybe. That's another thing I really want to do this year. Tattoos are not painful. The only ones I struggle with was my ankle bone on my left leg, which has 18 and 82 on it. And on the top of my left leg, there's a T for THFC, which goes down my left leg. That top line was really, really painful. Other than that, every single other tattoo that I have, I've fallen asleep during.
Really? Oh,
that one. And that one. The weirdest one for me was the genie lamp on my left arm. The kind of scratching feeling for that was almost like I don't know, like a blade almost, like scratching against your skin. That was a weird feeling. But other than that, tattoos are sound. And the other one I'm going to get is the tattoo of my little brother's first game underneath. Again, it's kind of awkward bending my arm for the camera. But so on this bit here, I have my date of my first Spurs game, and I've got the Today is to do in Latin underneath that. And then under that gap, I want to have the day of his first game because that'd be awesome. But yeah, other than that, that's mainly it, to be fair. I'm probably not going to go on holiday this year, to be honest. Like I say, I want to clear some financial stuff off. Whether I start dating or not this year remains to be seen.
I'm not going to say anything like that on the podcast. That's they can leave it a dancing imagination.
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that too much, to be fair, because I don't really want it to be public.
Big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble. So
I'm sorry. Right now, I would say it is less likely, but you never know. There's a whole 12 months, so you never know. To be honest with you, at that part of my life, I'm just taking a break from, to be honest, because just people are complicated. Not that I'm not complicated, by the way. I'd like to preface that by saying I am grade A culprit, but it's not the point. People are complicated. The other thing I want to do this year is I want to do the go-kart in the stadium. Now, I know Harry's going to say, I'm not spending money at the stadium, but I don't care. When I do that, you'll come in for that. I don't care.
No, I'm not going to fun day out. I actually.
We need to vlog that because then we can put it on the YouTube channel. Get my GoPro, get some footage of me overtaking you and leaving you in the dusk, and then it'll be like watching Ben Davies versus Van der Ven in a sprint race. Although to be fair, Van der Ven will stop halfway through, get an hamstring pulled.
She's pulled about 3 times now.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I want to do that at some point. And I know I'm going to do that with my stepdad, but I know he wouldn't have a problem if I invited you as well. So I think that'd be pretty cool to do this year.
It depends what day and when, really. So.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Harry acting like I'm going to rock up to his house on like some random Sunday, be like, sup, bro, we're going to go karting. He's like, what? While he's like halfing out of his bathtub with a toaster sat on the side after he just lost 6-0 to Arsenal again. Anything else you want to do this year? Anything else you want to achieve this year? I know you said your dad's getting on a bit now. Is there anything you want to sort of do with him? Or
that's obviously I see him at least 2-3 times a week. I go football with him pretty much every game, so I see him at least once a week, twice a week at least. But no, because we're going on a cruise for his 80th this year. So
lovely.
Yeah, it's quite expensive actually. But we're going to Malta, Turkey, Italy, and Greece.
Oh, Italy! You'll love Italy.
And it starts with Barcelona. So we're going to go to Barcelona for a few days before.
That's nice.
So I'm going to go all around Europe in the space of like.
Bloody hell! Hold on. How long are you going for?
It's end of August, so I'll probably end up missing a few shows because it's like 2
Bloody
weeks.
hell! I'm going to have to get a temporary standing co-host.
I don't know when I'm leaving it. Like it's like 30th of August, I think, is the actual cruise.
Oh, we got loads of time. That's so next year. Well, not quite.
Look, I'll probably miss the Spurs games. Like I might miss a few home games, but I'll probably have to watch it.
I'll tell you what. If you're doing that, can I have your season ticket, please? For those few games, and I
don't know what's happened. But I just like the time. I don't know when the Premier League starts, and I don't know what games we're going to have.
It'll be some point in August, but I'm having first dibs on your seat because your seats are fancy, and you got to meet Sandro, so I want that opportunity.
Yeah, he's always at every game. It was only because he got interviewed at half time. I was surprised he could meet him, to be honest. But so we're going to, and I think it's one. I think we go to Rome. It's one.
Oh, Rome is stunning.
No, I've been to Rome before actually, but we're going to Mykonos.
Sorry,
Santorini.
Been to Rome before.
Malta. It was when I was like, it's about 09. Mykonos, Santorini, Malta.
Sorry, I'm old.
Barcelona, and I don't know what place in Turkey it's called, but anyway, it's like so one day you're at sea, one day you're at an island or country, I guess. Anyway, so it's like 5-6 places. So I think it's like a 2-week trip or something. 10 days, 11 nights, 12 nights.
Bloody hell! So I'm gonna have basically 3 weeks probably where Harry's missing. So that'll be fun.
I mean, I don't know when we're going because the cruise starts in Barcelona. So we're probably most likely going to go there for a couple nights before, I guess, because you might as well make an extra day or 2 out of it. So my Instagram can be literally like full of different places every other day. I've got online pictures and then I post them the next day. Yeah.
That'll be fun. By the way, guys, it's not me being rude when I said Harry's dad's getting on a bit. When I saw him earlier in the year, Harry did say like one of his concerns was his dad's age and everything else. So
He's
that
80.
was like a generalised comment.
Yeah.
That wasn't me being a dick before anyone
No.
says, "Why are you calling his dad old for? His dad's only 45 or whatever the fuck." Obviously, that wouldn't work because
Yeah.
So poor fella. Putting up with you for 30 odd years. It's rough, isn't it?
33 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. Trying to think what else there is.
The pod, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. So I think for me, obviously, we had Dan on end of last season. That was awesome, and hopefully we'll get him on again at the end of this season. Although there probably won't be another Yidvids this season because of how bad we've been. Is there anybody you sort of like?
I
realistic guess you'd like on?
TJ wants to come on one of these, but I need to speak to him in advance for it because. Yeah, now he's better. I can ask him. But
I'll tell you what. See if he wants to come on for the North London Derby preview. Although that's literally next Monday. So
yeah, I'll message him. I'll ask him what Monday but I need to give him a time in advance really because basically he works.
To be fair, a Monday time wise, just call it 9:30 like we normally do, and it won't be later than that.
Like you know what time to tell him and tell him, what Monday are you free? I'll ask him now.
If he's happy to do the 6th and do North London Derby preview, great. The 2 birthday ones I'm going to do just us. If he wants to come on the 20th, that's sound.
We'll ask him.
Yeah, just ask him.
Now he's better because before he was ill for like a month or two. So
yeah,
there was nothing going around because I've been on and off ill as well.
I'm trying to think any other like realistic guests that you want to get on this year, and then we'll talk about like dream guests that we'd love to get on. Any sort of realistic guests you'd love to get on this year in the Spur world? I'd love to have Paul O'Keefe on if he'd come on. That'd be fucking awesome.
To be fair, he did go on last one as well.
Yeah, he's done a few.
I was proper surprised how he looked, actually.
Yeah, me too. Not how I expect. There's nothing like Bill Nick.
Yeah. Not because of the pick. He picks the next, what's his name? Spurs player, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'd love to have Kieran on again next year.
I'm trying to think.
I'd love to have Charlotte on again next year. They're both fantastic. Just trying to think. Anyone else that's kind of in the like local sphere of Spurs accounts that we follow and interact with.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's some people. Well, I'm in so many group chats I don't even know.
I'd love to have expressions on. I think that'd be hilarious. I think
it'll be almost impossible to get him on because he doesn't do collabs really.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's very much himself individually. The other thing I'd love to do this year is
not because he has people, it's just he doesn't need to do it because he's got
I'd love to branch out and get people from other channels of other clubs on as well. But I do think we need to start doing more Spurs-related collabs to help grow the channel a bit because the viewership tends to be quite good. Not so much over the last couple because of the Christmas stuff, but the viewership's generally quite stable. The watch time is really good. We get really good feedback. But branching out has just been quite difficult. I think we need to sort of come up with a list. In Dream Guest, I'd absolutely love Sandro on.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't ask us to come on a podcast. Well, by the way, I replied to that Instagram post like 3 months ago. Yeah. Why did you only like it the other night at like 1 o'clock in the morning? You absolute pagan. Literally, my phone lit up and I was half asleep and I looked and go,
now you know I'm not in a relationship. There's your answer right there.
I was like, why is it like, because I have all my notifications blocked. So if someone come up on my screen now, you couldn't see what it was without unlocking my phone. You could just see that there's a notification from a certain app. You can't see a preview or nothing. So when I held it down, it was like, Harry's liked your comment. I was like, what fucking comment? Clicked on it, and it was a comment from like 3 months ago. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I don't really know, to be fair, in terms of the Spurs thing. I know we need to, but it's knowing kind of what direction to start and how to...
kind of people because, I don't know. Because this is a different sort of podcast, the stuff I go on.
Yeah.
I could be on someone who's quite like...
laid back, quite open, quite kind of...
Most debates I go on are just like quite... Not everyone, but they're
quite
like,
bland and quite low level.
Not low level. It's more heated stuff than like anything else.
Yeah. That black and white thumbnail of us two arguing earlier in the year was funny as fuck. To be fair though, you say that though, but we've had, like I say, when Charlotte come on, we were still debating. It was
no,
also
but, yeah, that was fine. But I mean, like, I go on to some shows where it just gets like people, you know.
yeah. I don't want someone to come on and be an arsehole, but I also don't want people to come on and just sit there and not say anything. Do you know what I
I know
mean?
what you're saying. Yeah, I'm trying to think. My like contacts. I say contacts and not really contacts.
I've got a couple of people that I want to message, and I need to branch out more in terms of like actually messaging people. Because, like I say, when we had Charlotte on, it was like a last minute decision, and it came out really well. We all really enjoyed it.
You're on TikTok. I'm not. So for me, it'll have to be either something from Twitter or from YouTube. I already streamed before with. Or
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard.
The touch with my channel's starting to grow a bit as well now. Maybe for
Share some love.
I don't know.
Share some love.
But yeah, because one of my hand videos, I don't know if you've watched it. It got like 300-400 views or something.
Bloody hell!
Click through. It was like Ange out now or something like that.
Oh, see, I can't check mine because I've turned my thingy off.
I know it's and I've got some abuse on that video as well on it. So
probably deserved, to be fair.
Not really.
I watched one of your videos the other day, and it was one of your preview ones that came out first thing in the morning, and I was in my pajamas, dressing gown on, slippers on, butter in my bagel, and I thought, let me put this on. And within about 3 minutes, I was going, oh my God, I've fucking got to talk to this guy about Spurs for the next week or so. Yeah, I don't know. With non-Spurs stuff, it's hard to kind of judge it really, because you kind of. I tell you one thing I'm really looking forward to: the return of Guess Who.
Oh,
with the next international break, because the Revenge. We're going to change the format. I'm going to beat Harry up. It's going to be great. The other two things we need to do this year. One, we need to do a live in-person podcast. Absolutely have to this year. One of the episodes. We might have to do that try and plan it in March for like the anniversary 1 year of us being back or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Do you know when we started in March at all?
Let me have a look.
I'm trying to think what we could do something like that, you know.
Do you know what? That would be good to do the go-karting, you know. 1 year anniversary video. And don't have that as an episode. Have that as like a video instead. I'm trying to think what else. In the summer, we definitely need to do some actual like...
Ironically, yeah. Bear in mind, we're like 10 o'clock on the 30th.
Yeah.
Last one of Spurs are having Paul O'Keefe on.
That's crazy.
That's so funny. Because I was just thinking about him being on last one of Spurs.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen within like 5 minutes probably that we're recording right now. I'd have to look through my like... See, I would have had Carol, but she's not... Basically, that person I mentioned a few times to Charlotte, but she's...
Yeah.
I'll get her wrong. She's not been on streams much, and she's got personal stuff to take care of. So it's nothing like to do with me and her falling out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else.
I'm saying groups. Let me check.
Yeah.
Carl.
I'd love to get Jay on. He's a guy who was organised. He started the organisation of the protests from the other game.
No, I'm in group chat with him.
I'm in a WhatsApp group chat with him, actually.
Are you?
Yeah. Because I met him for the first time when I went to the...
Maybe Carl.
North London Derby. When I went to North London Derby, I met him for the first time, and he added me to a group chat. I never talk to him, but I'm always reading the messages. I'd love to get him on to talk about the Levy.
No, but I messaged him.
He's lovely. He's lovely. He's sound. But I'd love to have him on to do a purely Levy out episode. I think that'd be right up your street. I'm just trying to think.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to think. On a personal level, outside of the podcast, obviously, I want to be more consistent with my streaming. I'm excited for the new Football Manager.
Try him, but then he asked me on this show, and then I don't think it's anything personally because he hasn't been streaming much. It might be to his health. So I'm just looking at who I could ask.
Harry's going through. I'm just trying to think.
I could ask him, but he's not done any streams lately. So I don't know if
and Harry's not New Year's resolution, but Harry's New Year's aim is he's going to tweet from the podcast account. When you get a new phone.
I need to log back into it, but I have to delay logging back into it because I'm probably going to get a new phone in the next couple of weeks. So
he was saying that last year, guys.
Oh no, I went actually to Vodafone.
I
And then
can't. You must be the only person on the planet still with Vodafone, by the way.
but I'm a loyal customer. How do you think I'm still a Spurs fan?
Do you know what? That was so funny, right? I didn't want to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about this now. So
Yeah,
a certain somebody who used to be part of my life, isn't part of my life anymore, not going to
yeah.
name names, claimed that being a Spurs fan is a red flag. Now, as far as I'm concerned,
Sorry, what?
unwavering loyalty, despite constantly being
Confused.
proven and tested for why you shouldn't be loyal
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still sticking by them anyway. If that
Yeah.
isn't the biggest green flag ever, I don't know where it is, but I'm not going to say any more on that because that person's not part of my life anymore, and thank fuck for that. And
Wow.
you don't need
If
to get to
anything,
it
that
because
should
you
be a
already know
green
the
flag
answer.
because, like you said, we go for a lot of shit, man.
Exactly.
It's probably.
I,
I'm in an abusive, toxic relationship. I can't leave right now.
yeah, exactly.
And you tell me I'm not. It's not a green flag. It's like,
Yeah, but then it gets to a certain point where it's no longer green anymore and the flag just starts becoming stupid.
yeah.
The other thing I want to do actually is I want to do, me and Kieran were talking about, I want to go to Richmond and see where AFC Richmond series was filmed and
Oh,
whatever. That'd be awesome.
I've been there a couple times, but I can't
Have you
remember.
seen the series?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I watched the
It's
series.
awesome. It's awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
that's my hero, man.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm probably gonna watch Malcolm in the Middle this year because they're bringing it back.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think what else
I
there
mean,
is
because I
really that
watched
I
One
want to
Tree
do
Hill
this
last
year.
year, so I've got a few
It's
plans.
kind of weird because I did so
Yeah.
much this year, but I did it right at the start of the year. So
Did
where
you?
the last 6 months, it's felt like I've not really done anything in my life, but actually I did. I just did it all in the first 6 months. Obviously, I did Nickelback again, which was fucking awesome. I did Florence, which was on my bucket list. Nickelback Standing, which was on my bucket list. A week in Italy, visiting different places in Italy. In that week, that was on my bucket list. Did that. So because I achieved so much at the start of the year, crippled myself financially, but because I did so much at the start of the year, I kind of guess the last couple of months where I've done fuck all has just felt
Things
meh.
like for
And
me
then
this
kind of
year,
after I
I'm
finished
already
the
I'm
so
already
gone.
quite busy. I think already because obviously my birthday and then got that wedding and then obviously my brother's weddings in the summer. I'm gonna be literally busy all the time
Yeah,
because August we're going away for 2 weeks. My brother's wedding's like a month before or something like that,
yeah.
4 weeks before, and that's gonna have a load of drama before. I
The
mean,
podcast episode we record before your brother's wedding, you've got to be in your tux on the
I don't
recording.
know. I don't think I'll even have them because I'm probably going to keep them at my parents' house and get dressed there because I think we're getting a coach there and back.
A coach to a wedding. That
Yeah,
sounds
because it's in Kew
painful.
Gardens. Do you know Kew Gardens or not?
No.
It's in like it's sort of those areas actually, sort of like those areas like Richmond, Surrey. I think it's around there.
Oh, okay.
And what it is, we're not staying the night there though because there's not got much accommodation. It's a park. Then we're getting married
Yeah.
at a park essentially. So I'm not involved in the wedding plans. I just know a few things, and I'm just going to turn up.
I'd like to think you're not. It takes third wheeling to a whole new level.
Oh no, because obviously like that it's made my parents and they're her parents less so her parents because her mum she's from China obviously and her mum lives in China. She came for Christmas though. I mean I'm seeing her again in a few days, but like but mainly it's my parents and my brother and his fiance organising the wedding, and I just leave the room when they do it because I'm just like I'm not going to sit here and listen to arguments. So I'll go
Harry's
for it.
like, this is depressing. I'm old and I'm the age I'm at and single and
No, it's not
depressed.
that. It's actually more to do with the actual like them disagreeing with like loads of things about the wedding. I just don't want to like get involved, so I'm just like I'm just
So
gonna leave the room.
Harry, you do know that's what people probably feel if they walk in, hear us recording, but no, I'm out. See you later.
Especially that episode with black and white.
Oh, that episode was just we were just going for. I had no voice after that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else there is that I really want to do this year. I'll wait. My
Well, some guy
finances.
at the game yesterday, I was screaming at forced to kick it long,
Yeah.
and the guy next to me grabbed me because I was screaming so loud.
Do you know it's interesting, right? It's interesting. We
Yeah.
weren't going to talk about Spurs, but now I am for 30 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. People say Aaron's doesn't adapt. We played it a hell of a lot longer, a hell of a lot more times yesterday than what we normally do.
But I don't know whether that was him or Forster because, like I said, I was
Mm,
screaming at Forster like mad. But honestly, I
yeah,
think he probably heard me in the end because none of us in the stand expect us to kick it long, and when he does,
yeah.
everyone cheers because it's like, way.
Brexit is Brexit.
Great series, but
What else
the
was I going
guy
to
next to me
say?
just grabs me like this. He's like, oh, you've seen the guy.
Yeah.
me because he was like, "Calm down," basically. Because I got up and started screaming like a madman, kick it long. Because the last kick he did was short,
Yeah.
and we almost messed it up as usual. And so I got up and started screaming my head off, kick it long, kick it long. And the guy behind me was like, I don't think he can hear you. And I sat down and he kicked it long. So, but I don't know. Problem with Andrew, I can't say whether he's changed anything because he doesn't do anything much on the touchline. Like,
Let's save this for next week, shall we? Because otherwise we're just going to talk about.
hopefully we're on the back of another loss.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is. See, I don't know if I want to mention it now or mention it once I've had more time to plan it. You know the thing we were talking about last year that we were saying about in the summer?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know whether I mention that or whether I leave it until I've got a bit more confirmed.
Oh.
I'm probably going to leave it. But right, there's an event that I want to plan that I mentioned very briefly at the end of last year, but I've not had time to do anything towards it yet. So I don't really want to talk about it yet. But that is massive.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's going to be massive. So, yeah, we'll save that for when I've got a bit more information. What I might do is say.
My summer's going to literally
Yeah, your summer's going to be rammed. What I might do is I might use the week of the 10 days I've got off for my birthday time. I'm now not going to Liverpool. I might use some of that time to start inquiring about that other thing. And then once I've got a location confirmed, then I can start
recruiting,
going out, with a bit more detail. Streaming weight, finances. Right, there's two other things that I want to do this year. Number one, I want to make carbonara from scratch, and I'm going to buy when I go to Asda on Friday. So I'll be at Asda, but if you're listening to this bang on Friday, I'll be at Asda at the time you're listening to this. I want to buy Gino De Campo's cooking book so I can learn how to make fresh carbonara.
This stuff is good because I bought.
Well, this is the thing. So whenever I watch videos of how to make carbonara, it always seems simpler than it is.
You know, his pre-made food. I don't know what it is. But
but I wouldn't want to do that. I'd want to actually. I
tried his pre-made stuff. It's actually really good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I didn't know him. I just saw some Italian guy. I was like, "Who's this guy?" But it looked good quality, so I bought it. Went for twice, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually quite good." But yeah,
my nana wish would have been a bike. It's like the best quote ever.
He does pizzas as well. The pizza was quite good to me.
I tell you what, have you seen these pizza ovens you can buy?
Yeah.
Mate, they look fucking. I'm not even gonna lie. One of the first things I'm buying when I eventually get a house, when I'm 35 or 55 or whatever the fuck it's going to be in this current climate, is a pizza oven to go in my garden. That'd be sick. Even as the pizza's cooked in a pizza oven.
No, it's like they kind of have that in the villages. They have a clay oven.
Yeah.
And they cook their bread in there. They cook pizza. Sometimes, obviously, pizza's bread. it's amazing. That's why. Yeah, honestly, Cyprus is sometimes.
And the other thing I want to do on the topic of that is I want to make fresh pasta this year
from scratch.
I
bought some today, but not from scratch, obviously.
I bought fresh pasta recently, actually. I've got fresh pasta with carbonara.
Fresh pasta is pretty good to
me. Yeah, Asda's fresh pasta. And the date on it tends to be quite good as well.
Yeah, I bought some today. They don't expire till February. So.
Did you get the 2 for £3 or whatever?
Yeah,
it's not bad, is it?
Why
are we old, man? First podcast of the year, we're sitting here talking about Asda shopping.
I bought one tagliatelle and one penne. That's what I did.
I bought tagliatelle carbonara and I bought penne to go my meatballs. But I want to actually, at one point this year, whenever I have people over to have my meatball meal, I want to make my meatballs from scratch with mince and put the herbs and spices into the mince meat as I'm making the meatballs. At the minute, I just put them in the oven from frozen. As they're partway defrosted in the oven, take them out, cover them in garlic and pepper, shake them around, put them back in the oven to finish. And it gives a crispy kind of outer tier and they're nice, but I want to actually make fresh meatballs. But I can't justify financially paying to make fresh meatballs every week when it's just me. So,
to be honest, I would want to, you may say about making fresh pasta, I would want to do it, but it's also finding the time and
Do you know what? We should do that as a video on the channel. We should make it our aim once every 2 months to have a random video on the channel as a bonus episode of an in real life doing something, whether it be forfeit penalties or as we get into the summer months or whether it be a cooking episode or something. That'd be sick. And the thing is, realistically, you're I'm 20 minutes from central London on the train. Yeah. We're not far from each other. Yes, I don't live in London, but I live close enough to London
Oh yeah,
to
because
make it convenient to get
20
to.
minutes as well for me. And also, if I came straight from work, it's even closer, obviously. Because
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, I'd happily book a weekend off, and if like Spurs are playing on the Saturday, in the Saturday, let's say it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, if you wanted to come up on the Saturday evening, get the camera up, get the tripod up, get some mics set up, make fresh pasta, whatever, I reckon that'd be sick. Make a meal inspired by where a player's from. That'd be cool.
Vicario, I guess.
Yeah, we'll start with Vicario,
Yeah.
and we'll make pasta and an Italian meal, and then we'll go on to like Vanderbilt and we'll make brownies. Joking.
I'm not eating brownies.
That is a joke. Before anybody takes it the wrong way, that's a joke. I've never done drugs in my life. I'm just trying to think.
But I think
there's
that's
anything else I really want to achieve this year. Not really. My little brother's going to secondary school this year in September, which is scary.
Is it 12 or
no,
11?
he'll be 11 in
You know what
July,
I forgot?
I want to say.
It's 11, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a local school, right?
It'll be local to where he lives, yeah. So, what else do I want to do in 2025? Punch my dad around the face, but that's a whole different conversation. That's not for the podcast.
Violence, basically, yeah.
Anything else for anything else, or is that about it, really?
Not really, to be honest.
I think that's about it. Just generally eat healthier.
Spurs win a trophy, but that's nothing to do with me, unfortunately. So,
I mean, you pay enough into the club, you'd think we'd be all right, but... Well, it's going to be funny this time next year when we're both stuck in the same job. I'm still a fat cunt. Spurs haven't won anything. Harry's still single. His brother's been married and divorced in that time and getting remarried again.
Quick.
No. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. The thing on my list of things that I don't want to do this year, colonoscopy prep. It was fucking horrible. It's absolutely horrible. The worst part, because I stayed awake for it, once the tube was past like your third row of intestines, that last little bit, you can feel it moving. It's like a little rat scrummaging through a drain pipe. It was horrible.
Yeah. Thankfully, I think I'm done with operations of that sort for the moment. So, yeah.
You must have a prostate exam due soon, surely.
No, I'm not that old.
You say that, but you never know what happens. Look at me. I didn't think I'd ever have. I can't say this on the podcast.
I know. I've actually had. No. You say that this year because we're still recording 2024. I did have tests and stuff, but I didn't. Nothing came.
No fingers up your arse, no.
No, I didn't have any of that. No, but as in I had tests on stuff, as in like they do blood tests and others.
Yeah.
And I didn't find anything. Yeah.
That's all right then.
So I'm safe for now.
Just like when they go through the last squad and look for players that are fit.
A bit high cholesterol, but that's something I can control a bit.
So how do you fix that? What have you got to stop eating?
What it is eating more fibre, eating more veg, I guess. So I've eaten more veg nowadays.
Eat your greens.
Lessening your portions helps a bit as well. So and not eating late. Like I'm not going to go eat now. I usually stop eating by 7 o'clock. On most days.
See, this is my problem with my current job because I'm finishing work at 7:30. Before I was coming home, showering, whatever. Now, if I was on the phone on my way home or whatever, by the time I got in the shower, it was like 9 o'clock. By the time I'd eaten, it was like 10 o'clock. So now I've started just coming in, getting upstairs, taking my shoes off, taking my jumper off, cooking and eating in my work clothes, coming upstairs, doing what I need to do. In this case, I've had a shower and now I'm recording. On a normal day, if I can get in, eaten, and I wouldn't get a shower because I go to the gym. So if I can get in, and then what I'll do before I stream, I'll get into work clothes, put a jumper over the top I'm in gym wear, and then all I've literally got to do when I finish streaming is press end, turn my computer off, put my trainers on, get in the car and go. And because I'm going to be going with somebody else who's a bit of a gym nut, it's going to push me to keep going.
It'll force you to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, when I started, it was someone who took me, I remember. So,
see, this is the thing. Once you've been going long enough, I used to go to the gym quite a lot, and then I stopped August 2023. For those of you guys that could do maths, you'll be able to figure out why. And I haven't been back since. Can't believe I'm yawning. We're so unprofessional. And not that Harry wasn't yawning earlier, he's just not as loud as me. He says he's big god for the Spurs games. I went back on my phone the other day and I was looking through my gym plan that I used to have. And it wasn't bad. Like, it was half decent. I guess I just lost motivation to go.
Well, to be fair, I say I go regularly, like this over the Christmas period, or not just December in general. I've been all over the place. Like I've missed, say, like 1 week or 2 weeks, and then gone in for like 2-3 days in a row to make up for it. And then stuff happens, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes stuff happens, and
it is hard, especially like when you're tired.
You're making like a concerted effort to go. Even if you miss like a week back, like because of stuff happening, like you can't really do much about. You know what I mean?
See, even now, like I'm sitting here yawning and tired, but it's like because there's 2 gyms close to me. One's a 10-minute drive that way, and one's a 10-minute walk that way. My problem is the one walking I don't want to go to at the time of night that I would go to.
Oh yeah.
Because it's Luton. That's all I've got to say. If you know Luton, it's Luton. So I'd rather drive 10 minutes. And I think in the car, if I'm blaring music with my windows up, obviously because I'm not an inconsiderate cunt, if I'm blaring music and I'm singing along with it, I'll get so hyped. So by the time I get to the gym, I'll burst through those exercises. Do you know what I mean? And I think the other thing as well.
At that time, I remember. Not as late as that, but I used to go quite late because I just have more time on my hands, and that's the respect. But now I just kind of just adjust based on the situation.
Because this is my problem. I've either got 2 choices. I can either go to the gym Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and have Sunday off. But then I'm doing something every evening. Or I can go to work, come home, have dinner, chill and record, / not chill, depending on what mood you're in, then go. Tuesday, I'm off during the day, so I can go and do a session during the day if I want to.
Oh, yeah, you should go on the day off 100%.
Or if not, even if I go in the evening, because on Monday night, if I'm not home till 1:30, 2 in the morning, I sleep and then get back up at 8:30. I can just, once I've done my washing in the morning, I've got nothing else to do on my day off, edit the podcast, 12:30, I can go for a 2-hour nap again. It's not going to matter. And then Wednesday is my first day in of my 5-day cycle, normally, because I've normally got Monday and a Tuesday off. So Monday night, I'll have been resting during the day Monday, so that's not a problem. Tuesday night, I'll have been resting during the day Tuesday. So it's actually only 1 day a week that I'm going after work with work the next day. And I've changed my alarm. So I used to wake up at 7:30 every day, regardless of what time I was in work, because I was in the habit of just trying to be healthier a little bit. But I've changed my work. The minute I decided I was going back to the gym, I changed my get up time to 8:30 in the morning. So if I get home if I shower at the gym and I get home from my workout at 1:30, if I'm in bed, I'll be in bed pretty much asleep straight away because I'll be knackered. I won't put the TV on, whatever. I'll be so tired from going to the gym that I'll just pass out. I'd rather get 6.5, 7 hours of solid knockout sleep than 10 hours of broken sleep. Do you know what I mean? Saturday night going into Sunday, I must have got into bed about 8:45 on Sunday, and by 9:30 I was knockout cold. And I slept all the way through until 6:30 when my alarm went off Sunday morning. Sunday morning, got off for work, went to bed Sunday into today, as we're recording this, and I woke up, I went to bed at like 10:30, woke up at 6:15. But by the time I woke up, I'd slept all the way through the night again. That's the first time I've slept all the way through the night, 2 nights in a row in like 8 months. And that's normal. That's another thing this year, right? I need to go to the doctors and get my acid reflux sorted because that prevents me sleeping most of the time, which is why I'm so tired. It's uncomfortable. It's horrible.
For me, it's more just overthinking. That's why I don't sleep quick enough, really.
Yeah. Man, I do all my... See, right, be efficient. Do all your overthinking during the day, and then it's easier to sleep at night.
Well, that's when I do my 1:00 in the morning tap on your your comment.
Oh, mate, do you know, sometimes I'll be going to bed at like 2:00 in the morning, and I'll see like Harry's Instagram story, and there's like 15 stories. I'm like, you have work in the morning. I know roughly what time you get up in the morning. Why the fuck are you still awake?
Yeah.
But I can't talk, so I do the same thing. So
yeah.
Random depressive TikTok reposts at like 3:00 in the morning. But yeah, I think we've just about covered everything, to be fair. So
yeah,
that's it really. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys had an absolutely lovely Christmas. We've got a long new year ahead, plenty of episodes to come, loads of shit to happen before Harry's inevitably busy summer. Probably going to be busier than Spurs, but nothing new there.
Yeah, I thought it will be actually. Let's be honest.
All we want for our birthdays is Tottenham to make some actually good, logical, quality signings. That's it.
I'll be great if we get one. But anyway.
2025 when Mr. Depression is back. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next week. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
That was so delayed. It was unreal.
I said
Spurs. Did you?
Did
you? Wait, what did you say before me?
Yeah, and then you said it, and then I said it again.
Well, for one more time, come on, you Spurs. Spurs.